Hi everyone, welcome you all. So in the today's video, we are going to see how we can work with custom commands in Cypress. So what is basically custom command means? So we can create our own commands. So normally we use existing commands from Cypress, but apart from this, if you want to create any new command, we can create our own commands and they are called custom commands. And to do this, Cypress is provided one file called commands.js under this support. Under the support folder, you can see commands.js. And if you open the file, they have given some templates, some sample examples, how we can create custom commands. So by using this, we can create cypress.commands.add. So this particular command will add a new command. And suppose if you want to overwrite an existing command, we can use this one, cypress.commands.overwrite. Okay, so this is a file where we can write our own custom commands. Okay. So before that, we will see what is the use of custom command, why we need to create a custom command. Okay. So let me show you simple example. So here I will create multiple types of custom commands. And first of all, let's see how we can create a custom command for clicking on the link. Suppose normally how we will identify the link, how we will perform the click action on the link is on the in the Cypress. Normally we will get that element, a link element. We will write the selector and then we perform the click action, right? But sometimes I don't have any attribute for that element. I just want to click on the link by using a label, or sometimes it is provided link text or something. So we need to click on the link by using a label or link text. So we don't have a direct command for that. So first we need to identify this element, link element, and then we can perform the click action. So for example, let me take a small demo application. Okay, now in this, there are multiple products are there. So I want to click on the particular product link and just by passing the label. So normally what you do in the Cypress is we will just inspect this element and we will get the locator and CSS locator, and then we will perform the click action on this. But without having this, there is no other option. So by using this label directly, we cannot perform the click. And suppose I want to click on some other element. Again, we have to capture the element, some other product element we need to capture. So again, we need to get this locator and then we perform the click action. So for every element or every link is having their own locator or different type of locator, which we need to identify, and then we'll perform the click action. Instead of doing that, we will create one custom command in which we just pass only the label of the product. And accordingly, it will perform the click action on that particular product. Okay, so let me show you how we can do this. So here the first it block I have created, and this is my describe block. My first it block is handling link. So let us try to execute only this for now. And normally if I don't use custom command, how we will write a script? First we will see that, and then how we can override the script by using custom command I will show you. So for that, I'm going to launch my application. I say cy.visit. And so this is my application URL. And once it is launched, now I want to click on this Apple MacBook. So we need to inspect this element. This is present inside the anchor tag. Now we need to get the locator for this. Let me capture this locator. This is actually pointing this one element. Now capture the CSS locator element, and then we can directly get that element, cy.get, and specify that, and then perform the click action. So this is the direct way we can do it. And after clicking, we will get the target page. And here I just want to verify this particular label or this particular heading Apple MacBook Pro is displayed or not. I'm just finding this element by using this label element, and also I put some assertion. I say cy.get, and this is the element dot should, I put one assertion here, have dot text, and what is the text we are expecting here, that we need to specify. So this is the text we are expecting. Okay, so this is a direct approach. Suppose if you want to again identify some other element, some other link, again we need to get the locator of that element, and again we can perform the click action. So if you have a multiple links, again we need to capture every link web element, and then we will able to perform the click action. So this is a direct action. So I just open the page, I get that element and then perform the click action. And you can just look at this. I perform the click action here. After that, I put some validation, right? Let me try to execute this code for now. Go to the file and then save. And first of all, let's open the terminal. npx Cypress open, which will open Cypress app, end-to-end testing, Chrome browser. Now, if I just look at here, we are just running the script custom commands. Right now, it is open the URL and then it is successfully click on the link. Now my session is also got passed so that I got the label perfectly fine. So now my requirement here is, so if I just look at this, we are directly identifying the link element and then perform the click action. So instead of just passing this locator, I just want to pass the label of the element, which is basically a link text. And then we will able to perform the click action. So directly this selector is not accepted label, right? So we need to create our own custom command. But if you look at Selenium, so we have link text and partial link text commands are available. So where we can directly pass link text. But here there is no direct command like that. We need to find that element and we need to pass the locator. Then we will able to find this element and perform the click action. So now I'm going to create one custom command. By using that command, we can perform the click action on the link just by passing the label or link text. So this is the direct approach. Now, instead of doing this, I'm going to create one custom command. And where exactly we create a custom command. Now, if you just go to folder structure and there is support and commands.js, go to commands.js. Now, here I'm going to create one custom command for clicking on link using label. So how to create this custom command? So to create this custom command, we need to add a new custom command. So for that, we need to use some package called Cypress dot commands dot add. So this is a method which we have to use. So inside this add method, we need to first give one parameter, the name of the command. So for example, I'm giving some name called click link. This is the name of the command. Now, in this command, we have to pass the label of the element, label of the link or link text of the link. For that, I'm passing the parameter in the bracket and I'll name it as a label. And this is basically an arrow function which we need to implement. So once inside this, normally this link text label, right? So where exactly this is present and this is actually present inside the anchor tag, right? So links are available inside the anchor tag. So what I will do is, first of all, I'm getting all the links which are there in the anchor tag. And here I'm using contains this particular label, whatever I'm passing here, I'm checking this label is present in the link or not. If available, then perform the click action. That's it. So this is a customized command. So click link is a name of the command and we are passing the label into this function, arrow function, and then internally it is trying to find all the links. Inside this, whichever link is having this label or this link text, then it will perform the click action. So this is how we can add new custom command for clicking on the link by using label. So now how to use this custom command in our test script. So to use this custom command in our test script, what is the command name is click link, right? So now we can go back to the command. Instead of doing this, this is a direct approach, right? So this is a direct. So without using custom command. So now I'm doing the same thing by using custom command. I'm doing the custom command. How we can do this? Using custom command. I'm now clicking on the link by using custom command. Simply we can say how to access custom command, cy dot. We have given one name to the custom command called click link, right? So click link, you can directly access this command and just provide the label. So whatever the label we have for that element, we can just pass this label. So here, this is my label. And this is a link text or a label which we need to pass. So we can just look at here. This is a label, right? Copy this. And by using this link text or label, we can find the element. Now this will command this particular custom command. In this command, we are passing the label of this element. That's it. We don't need to perform any click action, because if you go to the click link command, custom command, it will identify this element by using this label, perform the click action here itself. So we don't need to explicitly use another click command here. Just we call the custom command. So this is your custom command. cv.click link, and just we are passing the label. And after that, we are verifying the target element. All right. So now let us try to execute and see. Save it and go back and see the execution. Perfect. Now it is exactly passed. Same element, by using this contains method, perform the click action, and then it is verifying the product displayed or not. So this is how simply we can create a custom command, and this command we can access through the cy command. cy.click link, just specify the label, and then it will perform the click. So if I don't use this custom command, we need to find the locator of this element and then perform the click action. Okay, so this is one example of creating our own custom command. Sometimes there are some command is already available, but we need to override that command. So we can create or we can customize the existing command, and that is called as overwriting existing command. Now let me show you how we can override the currently existing command. Let me take one command called contains. So the contains is one command which is available, and let us try to override this particular command. So how to override this particular command? So before overwriting, let us try to understand what exactly this contains method will do. So if you look at this, my first custom command, we already used this contains. So what exactly the contains method will do it? As soon as you get this element, and the contains method will check this label is present in this element and then perform the click action. And basically this label is case sensitive. It will be different from lowercase and uppercase character. Okay. Now, to suppose even if you pass a different case, like it can be lower or uppercase, contains method should able to handle. But what is the current functionality of this contains method is it will treat case sensitivity. It will not ignore the case sensitivity. Basically, it will treat alphabet lowercase and uppercase characters differently. But we need to customize this command to handle both. I'll show you an example. Go back here. So we already done the first one, right? So let me just go to the second one. How contains method work? By default, let's see. And after that, we will try to override the contains method. Now go back to the second one. Here, I'm writing the same thing. I'm calling the same custom command, whatever we created. So here we are passing one label, right? So instead of passing this label, I'm just passing in the different case. Okay, so here I'm just saying uppercase characters. Let's make it as everything uppercase character. I'll say Apple, and this is MacBook, and let's say this is my Pro. So let's make everything is uppercase character. Okay, now let us see whether it will perform the action or not. Because when you call this click link custom command, inside the custom command, we already used contains. This is existing command. Okay, this will treat lower and uppercase characters differently. So it should not perform the action according to our expectation. Now let us try to execute this click link command, and click command, this is a customized command. Internally, it is using contains. Actually, it should fail. Actually, it should not able to click. Why? Because we are passing the uppercase characters. Contains method cannot handle this. Okay, because it is a case sensitive, right? So let's try to execute this method for now. Save and go back and see the execution. It is trying to get all the elements. Now here it is giving an error. See here, cy.getOfA contains a label. So this method is giving an error. Okay, so this is a problem. So why it is not able to handle here? Because we are passing the uppercase characters, and we are not launching the page itself. First of all, okay, let me launch my page. Okay, so first of all, we need to launch our page, right? Let me save and execute one more time. Save it Then go back and see the execution. Okay, now just observe here. It is launching my page and it is trying to get anchor tag, which is having this particular label, but it is could not get anything. That's the reason it is got failed. My assertion is got failed. So why it is got failed? Because of contains. We are passing all our uppercase characters, but contains method looking for exact alphabets. So basically, the contains method will treat alphabets, uppercase and lowercase letters differently. So that's a existing functionality of the contains method. So now I want to customize it, or I want to override this contains method, which will take alphabets like both uppercase and lowercase should treat it same way. That's how we need to customize it. So my requirement is, even though if you pass uppercase characters or lowercase characters, in both the cases, contains method should be able to find that element. It should basically ignore the case sensitivity of the label. So that's how we can override the existing command. Now we can also override existing command, right? Let me just try to override this contains method. So to override this contains method, I already used this contains method, right? So in the same command.js file, we can try to write another method which will override. So here I am overwriting contains function. Okay. Overwrite contains. So how to overwrite it? So to override this contains function, first of all, we need to know what is the existing implementation of this contains method. Okay. So here we need to use one command. What is that again? Cypress dot commands dot. This time we were overwriting command, so we need to use overwrite method. Okay. Overwrite method we have to use. And what is the another command name which we are giving here? And I'm not going to give any new command name because I'm not going to create a new custom command. We are just overwriting the existing command, right? What is an existing command? Contains is an existing command. So I'm giving the same name here. I say contains, same existing command. So the contains method normally take 5 different parameters. So by default, contains method will take 5 different parameters. So we need to pass the exact same number of parameters. So what are those parameters it will take? And then we need to create one arrow function. So in the second parameter, we need to specify the parameters 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 parameters. After completion of this, we need to create one arrow function. So after that, so equal to 2 curly braces and close one bracket. And then here we have to create one arrow function. So contains is the existing name of the method, and these are the parameters it will take. So I will discuss about these parameters once I have implemented this method. Okay. Now let me try to implement this method. And in this, I'm going to create something like this. This is the implementation. So this is the implementation. Let me just look at what exactly it is. So original function means finally after overriding this function, we are again returning that function actually with the updated values. Okay, so basically what is a subject? Subject, filter, text option, there are multiple parameters. This is the default declaration of contains method. Okay, so basically we are checking something here. Type of text equal to object means whatever the text we are passing inside the contains method, while calling this contains, we need to pass some text, right? And that is equal to object. And then here we are storing the text into options. And again, the filter into text. And here filter is we are making undefined. And this is the main part. So what exactly it is? Options.match key is equal to false. What is this options? The text, whatever we are passing here, that we are storing into the options. We are comparing the text with object. If it is equal, then we are storing the text into the options. After if is executed, then here, and when this if is executed, if the contains method is having some value, if you are passing something inside the contains method, then only this if condition becomes true. Okay. Now after execution of this, basically what you are doing, options.match case, this is the one method in the JavaScript. match case we are doing false. By default, this property is a true actually. There's a reason it is treating differently. Uppercase and lowercase characters, it will treat differently. Now, as soon as we make it is match case false, now this contains method will treat both are same way. So match case, we are saying false. And finally, we are returning the original function by passing the subject, filter, text, and options. So this is a way we can override the existing command. In the original definition, the options.match case is true. But now what are doing? We are rewriting the same function again, implementation, but we are making this match case is false. Okay. So now what happens once you override this contains command, then whenever you call the contains function, when you pass the label, it will not consider the case sensitivity. It will treat, even if you pass label in the lowercase and uppercase characters, it will be able to match because of this particular property. So basically what we are doing is we have created one custom command, and inside this, there is an existing command that we have overridden here. That means we can also override the existing command. So after overriding, we are just using this. Okay. Now observe this carefully. So before overriding this method, our test is got failed, right? Because what we are passing the uppercase characters and it is not matched. So my test is got failed in the previous execution. Now, after adding this custom command, after overriding this contains by changing the match case equal to false, it should pass. Okay. Now let me save this file and go back. Now again, let us rerun the test. Previously it was failed. Now after adding the custom command, after modifying the contains method, it should pass. Now go back and save and see the execution now. Perfect. So now again you can see it is able to get the uppercase characters, but still it is able to click on this and my assertion is got passed. Right. So this is the difference. Suppose let me just go to custom commands and disable this command. Okay. So again, we'll go and see the previous behavior. So now I have commented this overwritten implementation. Go back and save and now go back. Now this should again fail because we have commented overridden feature. Let me go back to the file and save. Now see the execution. This time it should fail. Yes, now my assertion is got failed. Now contains method is failed because this label is not able to identify because we pass all our uppercase characters. But once you customize this particular function, contains function, once you overwrite according to our scenario, then save it and execute the test one more time, and then it should pass. So now you can see this time it is got passed. So this is the difference. So we can also customize or we can also overwrite existing command in Cypress. Okay, so two things we have seen so far. So how to create a new custom command, and then we have seen how to overwrite existing command. Now I'm going to show you one more type of command. We can also create a custom command for common features. For example, in your application, there are so many features are there. And if you want to test any feature from your application, you have to log in, right? So the login feature is common across multiple test cases. So you can just create one custom command for login. And you can just call that custom command that will perform the login. For example, let me create one more test. So here I have one more test called login command. So this is my test. So here I'm going to launch this page, again, same web page. And after launching my web page, I just want to do the login. And after that, I just want to search product or something like this. Okay. And after that, again, I want to login. Let's create one more command and then or one more test, and there also login is required, and multiple tests are having login feature. So if you want to do any kind of a functionality test, then we need to log into application. So instead of if you want to do without a custom command, right? So normally what you will do is I'll show you now. So let me go to the application, and if I don't do the custom command, so normally we identify this login, click on this login, and then we identify the email address and password, provide the data and click on the login, then successfully login, it will verify. So this particular functionality we want to do it multiple times for multiple test cases. So then I can make one custom command for this login, and that command I can invoke every time whenever it is login. So how to create the custom command for this login? And not only this login, if there is any feature which is commonly there for every test case, you can simply do the custom command. So now directly go to customs.js, and here I'm going to create one more custom command for login. So to create a custom command for login, what you can do is, let me write custom command for login. Custom command for login. All right, so now how to create a new custom? This is completely new custom command. So Cypress dot commands dot add. Add is a method. So in this, we can first parameter, we should give some name to the command. So let me just say login app, some command I'm giving. This is the name of the command. Second parameter is we need to pass parameters. Whenever you want to log into application, username and password is mandatory. So here I'm passing one email, comma, password is the two parameters. And then we need to write one arrow function. So this arrow function need to implement. So once you get an email and password, by using this email password, we need to log into the application. So how to log into the application? First go to here, and first we need to click on this login. And this click on this login action we will do from the actual test. Okay, so if I just go back to your actual test, let us do that first. Okay, so go to the actual custom commands and open the application. Then I need to click on the login link. How to click on the login link? And two ways. We can directly identify this login element and then perform the click action. And we already created one custom command to click on the link, right? So let us try to use the existing custom command, which we already created. And if I just go back and if I just look at here, this is a command which we already created, commands.js, the first command. So click link, right? We just pass the label, it will perform the click action on the link. Let us try to use one custom command directly here. So instead of identifying the login link, so I can say link, sorry, cy dot click link, and just we need to pass the label. Just we need to pass the label. So what is the label of this element? We just go back, inspect this login, inspect this element, and you can see this is a label, login. Copy this and go back and specify. Simple. So this is a custom command which is already created. This is a custom command we are using. And after clicking on the login, again, to pass this data, like identifying this email address, password, clicking on the login. So this process I will make it part of the custom command. So now go back to the customs.js. We already created one this, right? So cypress.commands.add login app. We are passing email and password. So here we will do that. So first let us identify the element, cy.visit, and first identify the element. Which element? Email element. Inspect this email, go to selector hub, and then get this element, CSS, and then this is the element, email element, and dot type, and here whatever the value we have captured email, that I'm passing here, email, that's it. And same way we can also pass the password, cy.visit, and inspect this password. This is a password element, and then replace this element, and whatever password I'm passing here, thus I'm going to pass in the password field. Okay, so this particular password we need to pass inside the type command. All right, so after that we need to click on the login button. So again, if you just go and inspect this login button, and this is a button, it is not a link, actually, it's a button. So let me find this relative CSS locator. So this is the element, right? So copy this, go back, and then cy.visit, and specify the locator which we have captured, and this should be double quotations because we have already have single quotations inside. So we should put double quotations outside, dot click. That's it. So this is a custom command for login. So when you call this login app command by passing email address and password, it will just perform the action. So now how to use this login app command in our actual test. Now go back, and we already click on the login link by calling the custom command. Now I'm calling one more custom command to perform the login. Simple, cv.login app. And here we have to just pass the two parameters. One is username and password. So now I already created one username, let's say testing@gmail.com, and password is test123. But before that, you have to create your own username and password by clicking on the register. Then you have to use existing login details. And let me try to log in manually, testing@gmail.com, test123. And once you click on the login, now you're able to log into the application. Now here we want to do some validation. Once you successfully log in, I want to check this my account link is present here or not. Okay. So before logging, you will see register link here. After successful login, you can see my account. Now inspect this element. This is my account and this is a CSS locator. Let me copy this. And now I put some validation here. So what is a validation? After successful login, cv.get, get this element and should have .text. I'm verifying the text which is present on this element. And what is the text we are expecting here is, we are expecting my account. So this is the text we are expecting. Go back and then specify the text. This is our assertion. So if you look at this login command test, so we just open the application and these two are the custom commands. Even the login app also custom command. We have not written any statements for this. We are just calling the login app custom command by passing the username and password. And the click link is also custom command which we have created. After that, we have done the validation. So this is how we can reduce a lot of code by just writing the custom command, and these are the reusable. So this command we can call from any time at anywhere from multiple tests. Okay. So let us try to execute this login command. I'm executing only this one for now. So launching my app, click on the login link. This is a custom command again. This is also another custom command for login. And then we are verifying the target page. Now go to the file and save it and see the execution. So somehow it is getting failed. cv.visit is got failed. Let me check it once again. cv.visit. I think the URL is not correct. Let me just cross check once again. Okay, so then click link, login app, and then cv.get. Let's go to commands also. Once you created this, you have to save this. Okay, now go back and let us try to run one more time. File and save. Okay, it is giving something called Cypress error. Let us see what is an error. So I think this is not able to open the page. It is not able to open the application URL. Okay, so we have given some incorrect command, cv.visit. Actually, it should be get. Okay, so this is a URL. And if I just go back to the commands.js, here we have given the incorrect actually. This is not a visit actually, this is a get, right? Because we are getting the elements, get. Okay, so this is how we need to use. So cv.visit is only for launching the application. To get the elements, we have to use get command. Go to the file and save it, and then go back and then execute one more time. Perfect. Now this time it is open the application and successfully log into my application. And then here you got the my account link. So let me rerun once again. See here it is entering username password. It's going very faster. Let me just go a little bit slowly. Here I'll put cv.wait. Wait for 3 seconds. And then try to execute one more time. So this time you can see how it is going to log in. Yes, now it is provided email address, password, and then successfully passed. Fine. So this is how we can create our own custom commands. So we can create a new custom command like this. And also we can overwrite existing commands based on the definition. We can change the definition of the method. This is basically overriding. We can override existing command. And suppose if you find any common feature which is there, which is required for every test in your application, then we can also create one more custom command for that particular feature or that particular functionality, and then we can reuse this command in multiple tests. So this is the one of the very good feature from the Cypress to achieve the reusability. Okay, so that's all for this this video. So in the next video, we will see one more concept. Thanks for watching.